Moonlight Vigil from the Aphelios to really get things started.
Yeah, you don't have any tools in that fashion. No real hard click CC, right? I think that's super interesting going
Then you
into.
can turn off the tower with the Stormbringer, and then they can look for plays.
And obviously, all spotlight should be on this mid lane early, but Junglers has a side eye. Breathe almost gets solo killed, but now Wayward has overextended himself, has the flash, but the chops are there, and first blood to Breathe for BLG. Some of that momentum, get out of the way. Jacula putting in some decent work onto him. Dragon number 1 will go over to Wayway. Was not contested by top. That stops your tower from doing stuff. Do you know what you've done? He's going to go ahead and use that Stormbringer. Doggo gets stunned up. The Sky Splitter connects as well. And Tien gets the kill. Response from Top Esports.
And Doggo just needed to give it. He needed to say, look, we're going to lose the tower, but BLG, we can make the play tops. But unfortunately doesn't, but BLG will still respond.
No minions here. Wayway just going straight up under tower. Does not matter.
Feels like this is going to be another BLG objective.
It does indeed. And that's something about BLG that we did notice, right? They do typically. We'll see if that does end up in going that way. A minute and 10 seconds just about. But here's the aggression. The Gale Force for Doggo. He's going to get the kill. The Calibrum seals the deal. Mark almost dies as well. Doggo in some trouble against Knight, though. Doggo wants to go forward. He can't get the kill, and Knight
here for
cleans
BLG, because the BLG get this next Riptail. They slam that in mid. They get priority. Oh, hang on, Breathe.
Yeah, that knockback's going to be huge. The collateral damage at the same time. Tien going under tower, and there's the Sky Splitter. Stormbringer.
Wait a second.
He can't get him. You can say all the names, but the they are finding themselves in a sticky situation as Dragons spawning about 25 seconds from the soul point. Fofo goes forward, and Jackie Love is immediately obliterated from the
Dragons.
Fight. They get the soul point and unlock so much pressure around the map. So many decisions.
But this doesn't feel like a top esports game.
It doesn't
like, this
at all.
is where we're looking and going, like, I like the Folly Bear is still very strong in the skirmish. Top esports.
That is still the crucial question, though, right? Like, BLG have to find unique ways to start off the fights. It's the Pillar, the Sleepy Trouble Bowl, the Moonlight Vigil, as you were saying in the draft. And that's where I do want to beg the question here for Top Esports. Are you still confident that late game scaling, Dag? Did you still feel comfortable?
Set up on objectives and then get like the Renata ult across them. Like if you're walking into the potential Graviton Moonlight Vigil, it becomes a lot easier. Things like this are just overall simpler. But certainly able to have these moments as BLG will just sneak this Baron away. And Top Esports, there's nothing that they can.
Objectives. And it just feels like they have taken control of those facts as well as we get the solo tower in the bottom side. He's going to keep pushing, but Breathe is already onto his second tier 2. And that's
when you get to the mid game, that's where they come alive, playing the macro steps, making sure that they're able to get control of vision, look for objectives, and as you say, every neutral, apart from one, has gone their way. And Top Esports, we're still kind of left scratching our heads going, when are you going to get into the series, lads?
Oh no, Wayward. He will not be stopped. He doesn't die.
Shock blast, and Jackie Love's right clicks ain't going to do much, so
they're split.
BLG.
Top Esports are completely split here. They have sent other 2 members on the other side. Tien is just
now
dead.
Look for a miracle play, but you're not going to try and smite this away from Wayway, bar some massive mistake.
Oh my god!
And you can see BLG aware. They're not even going to give him the opportunity, pulling that dragon out of the pit, making sure that Top Esports can't get in, and Fofo playing bouncer.
Inside jungle, they capitalized on it so fast, and just like that, the entirety of Top Esports is dusted here. They don't have anything to stand on. They're standing on a rickety bridge here in game number 1, and they're about to fall straight through the cracks. BLG onto the Nexus towers here with 2 inhibs going down back to back. Knight gets caught out. The Elder Dragon wings roar to life. And it's BLG taking it to Top Esports in their first game of the LPL 2022 Spring Playoffs. BLG, momentum is king.
BLG played that incredible. Let's see what Braid decides to run into it. It's going to be the Camille, so something that can definitely delay a ton of damage to it in the later portion of the game, but may need a little bit of help from Wayway in these early
Other side of the Flame Chompers.
Yeah, I don't know where Mark's Whimsy was. I don't know if he used it on Jackie Love to speed him up, but I really think actually just good timing from BLG to pick up the first objective.
Wayward gonna get out here, but hook shot. Oh, Breathe misconnects it, but the Hextech ultimatum. First blood for BLG yet again.
And BLG are just styling on Top Esports. Even though you're talking about them not having much presence on the map, they're able to make it happen now. Top trying to respond.
Here. Spirit Rush already activated. Charm will not connect. Doggo's still alive somehow. They're healing so much. They've got to die. They trade one back. Crisp is still alive. The tower shots will not ring true. A decent amount of damage.
Dragon for themselves. At least that is a consolation prize as well. Alongside the turret plates in mid, as Crisp needs. They like to get vision in the enemy jungle. Pick though.
They're just going straight onto Weiwei here. Knight goes in as well. The Everfrost will not connect this time around. But Fofo goes right back in with the Onslaught of Shadows. Right back to the face is Tien with his own. And Knight gets the kill onto Fofo. There's the Mega Death Rocket across the bow here as well. Crisp goes down to Jackie Love. And there's the carry potential.
You've got Knight, who's about to take the mid lane turret. You've got a good amount of damage onto the bot lane turret. And now, at 15 minutes...
Still a lot of the, that, as you said, kind of what we wanted to see from TES is Knight. Looking for the solo kill onto Fofo. Can't get it just yet. One more auto, the burn! And Knight gets
but Top Esports are collapsing.
Tien gets spotted out. Stormbringer will go through here. A lot of damage on Tien, but he's not dead. Onslaught of Shadows right back. But they can't get anybody down on either side. Weiwei pretty tanky here. Sky Splitter comes down. Fofo not a lot of help, but he needs to use that Kingslayer. Tien with the devastating charge. Knight misses the charm. They don't have the damage though. Fofo finally gets the kill at the Tien. Knight kills Crisp. Mega Death Rocket comes in to take out Fofo, and it's all TES, baby.
Now for Knight, this is why Ari is crucial for Knight. Because he's just so damn good. 10 stacks on the Magi's. Classic Knight. Always picking up the Magi's. But it's so good to see him firing all cylinders again and stepping up once more to be that carry for top.
Knight up here, though, to try and be the Knight in shining armor for Wayward. Big Everfrost, though, and it's coming up. Aces now. Knight is taking them all down. Weiwei gets away. He flashes over the wall, but Knight's got the Spirit Rush to follow him quickly.
A lot of the times Knight will actually just link up with Wayward, especially when they had this Rift Herald, and try and make this pick in the side lane. I think it just happened that BLG were trying to make a play at the same time, and Knight catches them out wonderfully. So you get that top lane tower. It should maybe... No, it won't get the charge onto the second turret. Just with the smite coming through from Weiwei. But now you've got full vision established for Top Esports in this jungle, looking at that Baron that's about to spawn in 50 seconds.
This is exactly what Top Esports are known for. Bread and butter is going in, aggressing when they have the advantage, keeping you on your toes, and this is all going up for TES. They're TP to the top side as well. There's nothing that Crisp and Doggo can do. Fofo trying to get away with the Spirit Rushes, but he gets obliterated himself. And this is a snowball from hell, and it's all TES.
That's tier 2 down, and I mean, you've got the Baron that's about to spawn in 20 seconds, but with BLG having those resets coming through, Top Esports will look to just keep these waves pushed in, maybe even look for this top inhibitor turret as well.
Got Jackie Love, who can't get excited after taking the tower itself, but needs to be a little bit careful as the respawn's coming in for BLG. They just get the tower back away.
Outplay you with, you know, mechanically strong players like Knight and Jackie Love.
And Wayward also himself has been taking so much pressure this game, and unfortunately he will fall to a 2v1. Almost gets breathed back BLG as they know where to focus otherwise, and Knight wants to capitalize, gets the Spirit Rush, misses the charm, but stops Fofo's back, and it's just going to be a slow and steady death for the BLG mid laner. Kingslayer comes away. He's going to survive for a little bit longer, but Knight gets another. It's not in favor here for them. As Fofo taking the top side outer tower, they just lose another inhib tower and potentially the inhib.
Yeah, they are basically saying, look, this mid inhib was going to go regardless. We're trying to set vision control up and potential flank TP wards for Fofo. Fofo actually just going to keep going for the tier 2, but top, they're just going to continue to trade this, and they will go towards Dragon. BLG basically sacking their a lot of their structures so they can try and fight at Baron. It looks like this is all that BLG are trying to just go for this desperate
They're just
Baron.
going to push this. I mean, they don't even care about the Dragon. They just want another inhib tower. This would be all inhib towers taken down and a second inhib going over to TES. Now we get the back coming out from Fofo to rejoin the team, but they might just have double super minions spawning for their base.
Yeah, and then you've still got, like, Baron that's now going to be a major issue with 2 inhibitors down, potentially a third. BLG now trying to see if they can fight.
All right, Fofo grabs the Onslaught of Shadows. Crisp, he's going in. Big Onslaught of Shadows from Fofo. They've taken down Jackie Love. They've taken down the carries. Knight goes golden. Doggo, Moonlight Vigil, on to Knight. He dies. And TES are routed with the towers here, but it's going to be a 2v1 if TN wants to come up this way. Baron finally taken down by BLG. They will go on to Wayward and get the kill himself. Oh my.
I mean, 2 inhibitors down, super creeps coming in. It's going to make it pretty hard for them to get value out of this. You can see as well, if you're going to like corral yourself into the base of BLG, it becomes a lot easier for them to try and set up for those fights. Like
lethality, third item, Serpent's Fang, everything lethality for Breathe. When you're coming into this situation, Fofo on the flank there, Breathe on the flank. They've got the pincer potential here for BLG. The Dragon already going down. Here comes Fofo over the wall. Here comes Chris. They got Doggo in there as well. A double kill for the ADC and BLG. And Top Esports are routed. Knight literally standing
once more are put in their place.
This is playoffs. This is the LPL.
Fighting
and
this so incredibly well. And it feels like when we've been on Knight to set these 2 guys up as the carries, and Knight is doing his damnedest, but late game, we said at the start of the day, would fall to the AD carries, and Doggo has been putting on a masterclass throughout the day. And JackeyLove now,
they found him. They got Wayward. They don't get the no. The app's gonna abduct. Fofo did not want to take that one, and now he's put himself in a terrible position. The pick goes to Knight.
You've still got no Fofo for 20 seconds. They will tear through these, and maybe, just maybe, Top Esports might look for the end.
This is insanity. Is this how it ends? Is this how BLG go down at game number 2? The first Nexus Tower is down. The re-engage is not there. The onslaught of shadows from TN. Look at JackeyLove. He's untouched in the background, and nobody can do anything but Doggo's moving forward. It's the carry sake of BLG, but it's not carrying today as TS will blow through Fofo here. No, Fofo, he's got the Spirit Brush. He can't do it. He dies, and Top Esports takes game number 2.
One mistake from Fofo and Top Esports pounce. They don't have enough in the tank to crawl it back, and that will be a 1-1 game.
Let through for the first time.
Never mind.
Malphite, insta lock in. The Mountain Man coming to play.
And this is going to work so well on the bot side, sets you up for dragons, and that is really the way Top Esports have to try and snowball this game. TN, though, looking for the dive.
Sneaky
I don't know if
little
you can go for
pass
this.
over there with the ward hop. I don't know if they can still get it, though. The tower not helping them. JackeyLove goes down to Doggo. Chris trying to help out with a second kill, but it's just a trade back. First blood goes to Doggo down. That'll bleed out them on top. Chris gets a TP now. Coming through from Doggo to come rejoin, but Tien is under tower. He won't get hit by the tower.
As of late, in playoffs, Tien hasn't performed well. BLG, though, knowing that Tien is on that bot side, will now look for the play top.
Proactive jungler, or at least try to be proactive, not being able to really get anything, and Tien is the one that's finding everything at this point. Undying Rage is available for Breathe, but he still has to tank up a lot here. Tien takes a couple tower shots and dies. It's traded, and he won't be able to use the Rift Herald. Chris moving in to try to get some wards, but the Dragon already down.
You could see BLG didn't want to. This is why the Viego is such a big pick, though, because it does have late game scaling where you don't have to play heavy, but Tien now.
Heartbreaker. Tien just can't move. He literally could not move, and he dies right in front of the rest of the team.
Disrespectful from Tien. Like, you know that you're splitting the map right now because Mark is still situated on this bot side, so BLG have the numbers advantage on top, but Tien still just walks into the face of BLG.
Unstoppable Force was used in mid lane against the aggression of... See if he can make it out of this one. It seems to be a little bit more tricky, though, as he is alcove gaming. Will be popping the Undying Rage very, very quickly, try to put some work on the Tien, but it's just going to be a slow and steady burn down. Sonic Wave actually misses. Breathe almost connect onto Doggo. That would be the target. Doggo realizes what's coming and has to flash. Oh my god, JackeyLove. Wait, beautiful kick.
Oh, the kick.
Fofo, he dies on the other side of the distortion.
Esports are answering on the opposite side of the map, so apart from that one full path from Tien in his own jungle on top side, Tien has been...
We talked earlier and foreshadowed the fact that Tien has taken over shot calling duties from JackeyLove, and it's working out for them with that aggression. Speaking of the aggression, Top Esports find Crisp. Tien with the kick on a Fofo. Distortion's not going to save you today as he goes down to Mark. Way on the
Right now,
side.
Top Esports are in prime position to keep pushing the game in their favor.
Magic Men have shown up, and they are wearing red and black. Again, that's how he got killed both other times. Need to be real careful. There's the Shadow Surge connection onto Crisp. Now reconnection onto Knight, but that's just the bait. The Mega Inferno Bomb doesn't do much. Weiwei gets out with the Heartbreaker. Look at Breathe on the side. This is so chaotic. Breathe is just caught out. Crisp is in the pit with the chickens. It dies to Mark. Tien chases him down.
When Wayward starts walking in their direction. And now Top find the engage. They find the fight once more. So, steadying up confidently. And BLG, how do you try and break past this front line?
They literally don't even need their entire team there. They have 3 bodyguards here as Showstopper comes out for Mark. Big face breaker. There's the Wombo combo I wanted to see all game long. Undying Rage is going to lead to a death for Breathe. It absolutely is, and it's the Top Esports we wanted to see show up in the beginning. But, you know, being fashionably late in League of Legends is okay, too.
Backline has gone for the Kraken Slayer, so when the CC comes through, he's got no follow-up.
Oh my god, they've already found Crisp again. Mega Inferno Bomb into the middle of the tri-brush, but it doesn't matter. Knight goes back in with the Shadow Surge, and he's got the resets now. Breathe is gonna die. He has to pop a Dying Rage, but he doesn't have it. He's still alive somehow, but Knight is cleaning house here. He has gotten the reset after reset after reset, and now he's back trying to take down Breathe. But TS, no, they don't need to force this. They can make them come into them, and Knight gets another kill. Fofo, the only one alive for BLG.
But BLG are routed. Top Esports don't care. They're moving in for the base. You got 2 on bot. Jackie Love is ripping through towers in mid. And Top Esports are looking to put themselves on match point.
BLG's hand.
And for Top Esports, this feels like them waking up. This is them trying to get their date with LNG. An LNG that knocked them out of Summer 2021 playoffs. Top Esports look like they've roused themselves, look like they want to try and rewrite history and see if they can take There's nothing left for BLG to do.
And speaking of BLG, will find themselves caught with their hands in the cookie jar. Fofo going over the wall to Jackie Love, but it does not matter. There's the Shadow Surge. There's the resets now coming through from Knight. He's gotten 2 kills. He's not going to get the Penta, but he's going to clean house of BLG. It's 21-5. It's domination from Top Esports and a quadra for Knight.
A quadra for the MVP. Another game down for Top Esports. Match point is here. BLG, what have you got left?
1 step away from continuing the spring playoff run, or starting rather, for Top Esports. BLG are reeling after this one. We saw...
So it's going to be the... Actually, sorry. It'd be the Akali mid.
Yeah.
So we're still going to get the Tryndamere top. So Top Esports still going to opt in towards Wayward. And Wayward, this is like literally the only aggressive. It's about playing through those 2 solo laners. And specifically moving Knight up to help out as... Oh, that's a mistake from
Early
Chris,
path from Tien, though, as well. Level 2. Crisp, only level 1, has the Ignite. They go back in. This is doomed. BLG's bottom lane. Doggo needs to try to get something, but he can't. And that's a kill going over to Mark as he got MVP last game. Jackie Love picks up the second. And it's, I don't know, flash over the wall. Maybe he'll start. We don't see him here in Weiwei. He's just making the distance here. He's going to go to the tri-bush to try to back, or at least maybe just execute himself into the tower. Breathe not having level 6 yet. Knight successfully executes the situation that he needs to solve. Breathe nicely traded onto Wayward up there, both about to hit that level 6 mark. It's just going to be that volatile trading back and forth until somebody gets a real big lead. Wayward hit level 6 now, though. Undying Raid means that he could pop him. Breathe goes down. Wayward from TS try to make this mid lane pay a little bit. Doggo about to get aggressed on by Jackie Love. He just has the chakrams. Oh no, Jackie Love. That's
part of the seams. This is the game where they need to step up, but Top Esports have them in every single lane.
He has Undying Rage again. Stop it. I don't want to see this anymore. Breathe gets another solo kill, and that's 3 on the board for TS.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Should be able to get it. Okay.
The chop.
Wait, the Dying Rage wasn't used.
Pop Undying Rage under the tower. Oh my god, Stormbringer comes down, he's baited. Wei is getting trolled right now. He's trying to make something happen. Crisp and Fofo are up here as well, but Tien survives from that engage. Now Fofo and Crisp want to make something happen here. The perfect execution goes through, and Wayward will give his life. BLG finally Rift Herald connects, but doesn't take down the tower. A decent amount of gold to BLG, but it's an objective to top Esports. His first dragon on the board for them. A stark difference to what we're seeing on the other side of each game that we're getting the Volley Bear, as we do see Knight take down a side.
You end up in a situation where you get to these late game fights, you're not really that tanky, you end up just being cut off, and there's not much you can do. And top again, watch Tien. He's reading every play. Weiwei's trying to and looking at these objectives. So a bit of a different story and a different look for top Esports. And now Tien may be in trouble.
The Shuriken flip connects that time. Perfect execution does not, but he still gets the kill onto Tien. Be a nice from BLG, and that's the potential that can be there. A 2-0 Fofo is the potential for Cairn.
And that's, again, the guy that we have to look at. But this is where you can see top Esports, they aren't clean. This is why we don't tend to see them play the stall, is because they tend to go that bit over aggressive. And Tien, a good example there.
They do get the Devourer off onto Doggo, though. Stormbringer comes out from Weiwei.
Rift Herald, and make sure that they're the ones that are in control.
And it's all about control. And I feel like they're doing so, or they're starting to do in this game in particular, because that is so brutal to play against, especially for BLG, where you have a slight, light at the end of the tunnel. You have Fofo who's starting to come online himself, but if TS don't let you stand for a moment, don't let you get to that point, that is where TS thrive. And we're seeing some of that as they've taken towers now. They've been able to press up into the enemy jungle, and that's what we were seeing in the last couple games as well.
Yeah. The thing is, though, you've still got, the TP comes through to the bot side. You still got to be careful of Fofo. I know that we're kind of talking about it, but here's the demonstration.
It is as we speak, although... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, Knight! He doesn't get him! Woo! Fofo!
Shadow Flame, more than likely completed off of this reset. He's almost a full item against...
Those blocks here. He's going to try to solo Knight again. Oh, my God. No way. There's too many bodies here this time, Fofo. Oh, my God. He gets him. He's not going to make it out, right? He's in the Shroud. He's got so much healing, so much health left. He's still got 3 more members of TS to deal with, but he's buying so much. Oh, my God, he just goes back in. Okay, well, he gave up his life to Jeff. No contestation coming out from BLG, except for the Mega Death Rocket, which just helped a little bit longer there. But again, it's looking at TS now.
Team fights, and that's where top Esports are looking to find their path.
Oh no, Crisp immediately flashes out because he knows what's coming. Fofo over the wall. This has to be it for BLG. They're committing, but they overcommitted. Breathe is the only one left in the fight. Doggo is left out too. Wayward chasing him down, and that is catastrophe. Right on the cusp, as I felt like has been so often the case in this series. But it's one mistake, one overstep that ruins the situation. Book TS further into the playoffs is Wayward and Jackie.
Right, though.
Might be in some trouble. We're talking about buying some time. He does buy a lot, but it's not going to be enough here. He does have a decent amount of damage with the Chaos Storm back, though. Is this a 2v1? Knight is coming up clean, but he dies to Breathe with a huge clutch out.
Side, as you can see them all collapsing for that tier 2.
It is already going down at the same time the dragon is taken. That is 3 dragons. Soul point for TS. Meanwhile, Jackie Long! Fofo
coming in clutch as well to help finish off the Akali. And for BLG, that's your win con.
They're TPing. They're under tower. Wayward trying to take down Weiwei. They're taking down this tower, though, and Mark and Jackie Love are on the bottom one. This is just slow and steady bleed out for BLG.
And top Esports, they want it. They can see that rematch against LNG, and they are angry. They want to make sure that they can take that from BLG, but BLG with the TPs.
This is the Fofo moment. This is the big one. Mega Death Rocket comes in. Can Fofo make this happen? Stormbringer on a mark. They've already gotten one down. And TS back away. Siege does continue, though, as it is a bit of a rough time in their own right. But Wayward takes the bottom.
He's going to be able to heal that all that damage up so well. And Fofo.
You can't get caught out like that, but it's all of TS right on your doorstep. BLG on the other side. Look at Wayward. He's found over the wall. The Moonlight Vigil over top of it all. And it's Knight coming away with one of the kills. Fofo on the side all by him. Lonesome. And BLG have been ripped apart Their team composition did not matter. Their game one did not matter. But Steve Breathe just needs to hold on hope, needs to hold on to something, but it's all grasping at straws. Fofo, the last one left, but Fofo dies all the same. BLG are out of playoffs, and it's TES who have a date with their rival in LNG.
And that is how top esports do. Finding so many opportunities for Wayward to take over in that top side. But when it got to team fights, no matter how hard Fofo tried, there was just too many pick opportunities for top esports. And a quadra kill for Knight as well. As
Multiple
always,
quadra
at
kills.
the end, Knight has to just get a couple for himself to make sure he's happy. But either way, top esports, 3 games picked up against BLG. And game 1, bit messy. Game 2 was confident. Game 3, there was definitely that bit of a window of opportunity for Fofo to come back into it. But you could see top esports are having none of it and shut that instantly.
And the wake up, the glow up, just in this series alone. I always question about, the way that LPL playoffs work, the teams that do have a little bit of time before their series, it always seems like they need a little bit of chance to wake up. And a lot of times they don't get the chance to wake up. You have a momentum heavy team coming into it because of the way the playoffs work. TES needed 1 game. But then we saw the TES that we know and love, the TES that can dominate the early game and force you to bleed out in the games slowly but surely. And yes, there were some chaotic moments, as is T to the fit for TES, but all in all, you got to see the pieces working in tandem. Tien, Knight coming together in a few of those games, but as well as seeing the carry potential of the other pieces of TES.
Yeah, I mean, top esports were just. I think it's super interesting to see with top how we've kind of got several different games out of them. We got the, game 1 was a write-off. Let's just not look at that. But game 2, we got to see what we expected from top esports, which was like this pick-heavy style, strong dueling jungle coming through from Tien, where he's the one in control. Game 3, we see where Tien actually isn't in control of that matchup. He doesn't really have the same sort of presence he's able to, but is doing a wonderful job of tracking Weiwei. And even when you look at game number 2 as well, the first win for top esports, it was more so about, hey, we're on this Hecarim pick. We're going to look for ganks. We're going to look to link up with Knight and make sure we're taking over the early game. So we kind of got to see the full spectrum of what top esports are able to do and able to play. And BLG, I mean, they kept going for these, hey, we're going to half go for late game scaling. We're not really going to have too much in the early stages. The drafts, I think, left a lot to be desired for BLG, and top esports were just able to punish through it every single time.
And that's the unfortunate part for BLG is it just never seemed like they had their foot in the right position, at least after that first game. And it just seemed like they bought into the style that TS were bringing. And I think for BLG, it's unfortunate that this super team doesn't, they made it farther than BLG made it last year, but it's not the goal you wanted. Right, and it is a bit of a disappointment when you're putting together this team, when you're committing so many resources into Bilibili, and the fact that you don't make it past the second round, it is disappointing. But I will say there has been promise for this roster, and I think there are a lot of things to work on, but it was clear and evident that they do have what it takes when the pieces are coming together to be able to take it to some of these top teams.
I somewhat agree. I think for a lot of people, they're going to be very disappointed in BLG. Same with players on BLG. Not being able to decide if they wanted Uzi or Doggo literally right up until playoffs. You don't even see them like commit to a style that they're really happy with. It still feels like they're trying to figure out how they want to actually play the game. Playoffs was very much focused around Fofo. You look at prior to that, it was more about Breathe and setting up for Doggo. Even playing like Weiwei, not being particularly proactive in the split, and also I feel like in this series as well, it all just kind of felt a little bit messy. And a little bit like they were still trying to get the pieces to come together. So for me, I think, and for BLG as a whole, this is going to be a disappointment. 2019, they got to 4th place. That's the highest the organization has ever gone. And to now be kind of cast off well before that, when you invested as much as you did in this team, just isn't going to bode well.
Yeah, it absolutely. And I think, a lot of learning positions to be gained from in this whole season long for BLG, and especially coming into summer. But it does mean that their season is over here. They do lose to Top Esports 3-1. And I think shifting back over focus to the winners, right? They have that date set with LNG. It's going to be a banger, but off of the momentum that we saw in this game, and that I always find so key. Yes, the game one you can write off. Those 3 games, those were dominant games from TES. And you still saw some of the slip-ups, but I think any team that's going against this roster needs to be worried about that early game, about when TN feels himself, when he is comfortable and confident. It's a much different story.
Yeah, and that's the big one, is Tien being confident. And this is a man who has struggled in playoffs previously. Like we saw it in 2021.
Exactly.
We've seen it throughout kind of his tenure, I'll say, that like there's just times where he gets the playoffs and Tien, it's like he panics. He doesn't have that confidence to go for the plays he knows he can make. But once he settled into the series, you could see the difference. And he's going to have to make sure that he can be like that, because when you look at LNG, their strength is that mid-jungle. You have to make sure you're performing against Doomby and Tarzan.
Speaking of performing, I do hear who our MVP is. You're going to be oh so excited, Dagda, as we do have Wayward as our final MVP of this series. Rightfully so. You're talking about who could be more annoying to the backline. It was Wayward, 100%.
Yeah, rookie of the split, coming up trumps here in game number 4. And I mean, this was a